Hello everyone, welcome to my channel B&B CBS Gossip 24. Eric's meltdown over Ridge not listening, refuses to be forced out. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Monday, December 8th, reveal that Eric Forrester will have a meltdown over Ridge Forrester not listening and will refuse to be forced out. Although Eric's been hoping to restart his designer career, Ridge and the others moved forward with the surprise retirement party anyway. Eric clearly felt betrayed and tried to take a firm stance against retiring, but Ridge stood his ground, too. On Monday's B&B episode, Eric will fly into a rage since Ridge isn't listening to what he wants. Since this is a trend for Ridge, Eric will blow up at his son and create quite a scene. Ridge will rush to his own defense, but Eric will insist he's not going to be put out to pasture. What gives Ridge the right to say when Eric has to retire and step away from the company he's poured so much of himself into? Brooke Logan Forrester, Donna Logan Forrester, Daphne Rose, Carter Walton and Steffi Forrester Finnegan will all be on hand to witness more conflict. Although some of them will no doubt pipe up and try to ease the tension, Eric will be hopping mad and ready to fight. Ridge will keep trying to act like he's looking out for Eric's health, but Eric may think this is about his son's ego more than anything else. It seems like Ridge wants to run the show and feels threatened by Eric's attempt to get back in the action. Ridge is treating Eric like a child as a result, so it's easy to see why Eric will remain so furious. The father-son drama will really spiral out of control, so there'll be plenty of chaos playing out in the Forrester Creations CEO office. Do you think it's fair for Ridge to treat Eric this way? What will Eric do now that Ridge is digging his heels in? The bold and the beautiful spoilers say there'll be more Forrester family problems to contend with, so stick with us for updates on any other bad news that's brewing. Eric snaps, "I'm not done, Ridge." Ridge tries once again to push the transition plan, insisting that Eric slow down, take fewer responsibilities, and let the next generation lead. Big mistake. Eric erupts like we haven't seen in years. "I built this company with my bare hands. I will not be pushed aside like yesterday's news." Ridge attempts to calm him, saying he's worried and doesn't want Eric under pressure, but that only fuels Eric's fury. Eric throws his sketchbook down and declares, "You're not listening. You've never listened. I decide my future, not you." Eric's voice cracks with raw emotion, and the entire office goes silent. Ridge tries to reason, but only makes things worse. Ridge insists he's protecting Eric. Eric hears controlling. Ridge insists the company needs stability. Eric hears retire. Every attempt at rational conversation turns into a spark that lights another explosive reaction. Ridge steps toward Eric and quietly says, "Dad, please. Let me take care of you." Eric shuts it down instantly. "I don't need care. I need respect." Brooke steps in, and realizes this is a war. Brooke overhears just enough to know things are spiraling. She jumps between the men and begs them to stop, but even she can't bring them back to center. Eric tells her, "If he keeps trying to force me out, he'll lose me, and this company." Brooke is shaken as she realizes Eric means every word. Donna worries, Eric's stress is rising. Back at the mansion, Eric's hands tremble as he relives the fight. Donna tries to soothe him, but Eric is in full rage. "He thinks I'm weak. I'm not weak. I'm not done." Donna spots the physical strain and begins to panic. She wants to call Finn. Eric refuses. No doctors. No tests. No more talk of slowing down. His stubbornness terrifies her. Steffi and Finn, concern about Eric's health. Steffi updates Finn about the meltdown, and Finn's concern spikes. Stress like this can be dangerous for Eric. Ridge needs to back off. Steffi agrees, but she knows Ridge won't. Cliffhanger. Eric makes a decision that shocks everyone. The episode ends with Eric walking into the CEO office after hours, turning on the lights, and sitting in Ridge's chair. He whispers to himself, "I'm taking back everything that's mine, starting now." Eric begins signing documents, but we don't see what they are. The war has officially begun. Eric alone in the Forrester CEO office, the lights low, papers spread in front of him. He signs document after document with a steady, defiant hand. We still don't see all the pages, but one thing is clear. Eric isn't just pushing back, he's taking his company back. Donna rushes in just in time to catch him finishing the last signature. Donna. "Eric, what did you just do?" Eric smiles. "I took control of my legacy. Donna is shaken but sees the fire back in his eyes. The old Eric, the founder, the force of nature. Ridge shows up early, and the office isn't his anymore. Morning hits, and Ridge storms into the office ready to pick up the argument from yesterday. Except, Eric is already behind the desk. His chair. His desk. His office. His authority. Ridge. Dad, what are you doing in here at 6 in the morning? Eric. Running my company. Gets up, looks Ridge in the eyes. The question is, what are you doing here? Ridge freezes. The power shift is instant. Chilling. Unmistakable. Eric drops the bombshell. He revoked the transition agreement. Ridge demands answers, and Eric gives them. Eric. I've withdrawn from the transition plan. Effective immediately. Ridge's face drains. Ridge. You can't just. Eric. Interrupting. I just did. He slides a folder across the desk. Ridge opens it and sees the signed legal documents. Eric. This company is not moving on without me. Not today. Not ever, unless I say so. Brooke gets caught in the crossfire. Brooke arrives halfway through the argument and tries to mediate, but Eric shuts that down. Eric. Brooke, I love you. But this is between Ridge and me. Brooke. Whispers to Ridge. Let him feel heard. Don't fight him like this. But Ridge can't. Ridge. This is reckless. It's emotional. You're acting out of pride, Dad. Eric slams his hand on the desk, voice booming. Eric. I am acting out of truth. I am still Eric Forrester. And I will not be managed by my son. Brooke gasps at the intensity. Steffi and Finn react, and Steffi takes a side. Steffi updates Finn. Steffi. My grandfather took the company back. He blindsided Dad. Finn, as usual, goes calm and clinical. Finn. Honestly? Ridge should step back. This fight is hurting Eric more than helping him. Steffi doesn't disagree. Steffi. Eric deserves respect. He's earned the right to decide his own future. This is the moment Steffi picks her side, quietly, but firmly. Carter confirms the worst. Eric's documents are legally binding. Carter meets privately with Ridge. The tension is thick. Ridge. Tell me there's a way to undo this. Carter hesitates too long. Ridge. Carter, tell me. Carter. Eric acted fully within his rights. What he filed, it's airtight. You're no longer the decision maker. Ridge's panic flips into dread. Things get worse. A board member calls Ridge out. Ridge meets with 2 senior board members to try to regain footing. But they already know. One of them drops the dagger. Eric just told us you tried to force him out. Is that true? Ridge is blindsided. The leak, the rumors, the documents. Everything points to him as the villain. Eric makes a public move, and everyone takes notice. In the afternoon, Eric meets with the design team. He stands tall, confident, energetic, reclaiming his command. Eric. We move forward with my new collection. My vision. My leadership. Zende looks proud. Hope looks hopeful. RJ looks worried. And Ridge? Ridge looks like he's about to fall apart. Ridge's panic turns into fear, he's not stopping. Back in Ridge's office, Brooke tries to help him breathe. Ridge. If he keeps this up, the stress will kill him. And I'll be blamed for pushing him. Brooke takes his hands. Brooke. Then stop pushing. Let him lead. Let him be Eric. For the first time, Ridge hears it, and it terrifies him. Ridge. Quietly. He's not listening. He won't stop. He's taking everything back, and I can't stop him. He looks truly lost, something Ridge rarely allows. Cliffhanger. Eric makes one more move, the final blow. Eric calls a company-wide meeting for the following morning. Everyone is buzzing. No one knows what he's announcing. Not even Donna. At home that night, Eric pulls out one final document, a sealed envelope stamped. To be read at the meeting, CEO authority. Donna's eyes widen. Donna. Eric, what are you doing now? He smiles with pure, powerful certainty. Eric. I'm making sure Ridge never tries to force me out again. Not tomorrow. Not ever. Camera pushes in on the envelope. Eric's greatest power move yet, unrevealed. Steffi, Hope, Brooke, Donna, Carter, Zende, RJ, and several board members gather in tense silence. Rich stands off to the side, arms crossed, eyes stormy. He's terrified yet trying to hide it. No one knows what Eric is about to do. But everyone feels the earthquake building. Donna tries one last time to stop Eric. Before the meeting starts, Donna whispers to Eric. Donna. Sweetheart, please, whatever's in that envelope. Just make sure you're not acting out of anger. Eric. Donna. I'm acting out of clarity. This is what needs to be done. Donna swallows hard, she knows there's no turning him. Eric takes the podium, stronger than ever. Eric steps up, commanding the room like the leader he has always been. Eric. Thank you all for being here. I've asked for this meeting because there has been confusion. And that confusion ends today. He glances directly at Rich. Eric reveals the first shocker. He is officially remaining CEO. Eric opens the envelope. Eric. Effective immediately, I am rescinding every document, agreement, and transition plan that suggested I would be stepping down. Gasps ripple through the room. Zende. That's the Eric Forrester I know. Steffi. Granddad. Rich. Dad, this is a mistake. But Eric lifts a hand, silencing Rich in front of everyone. Eric. I am not retiring. I am not stepping aside. Not now, not soon, not until I decide the time is right. Cheers break out from parts of the room. Rich looks like he's been hit by a truck. Rich tries to regain control, and fails. Rich steps forward, trying to salvage authority. Rich. Dad, we've talked about this. Your health, your stress, this is too much. Eric's gaze hardens. Eric. Rich, this isn't your company to run behind my back. Murmurs erupt. Rich blushes with embarrassment. He looks like a man unraveling. The second bombshell. Eric makes a succession change. Eric pulls out a second page. Brooke. Oh no, there's more? Eric. There is. He reads. Eric. Effective today, the position of co-CEO is abolished. The room explodes. Steffi. Granddad, are you serious? Hope. Oh my God. Rich. Shaking. You're removing me? Eric. I am restoring a single CEO structure. Me. Rich looks crushed. Brooke covers her mouth. Donna squeezes Eric's hand in fear of the fallout. Steffi rises to her feet and makes a stand. Steffi surprises everyone. Steffi. Granddad, if this is what you want, I support you. Rich snaps toward her. Rich. Steffi. Steffi. Dad, we've pushed too hard. Eric's earned the right to lead. Rich looks betrayed by his own daughter. The final bombshell. Eric appoints a new heir. Eric lifts the last paper in the envelope. His final announcement. Everyone leans in. Eric. And for the sake of clarity, and the future of this company, I have named a new chief creative officer. Rich's jaw drops. Brooke shakes her head. Donna's eyes widen. Eric. The next visionary of Forrester Creations will be RJ Forrester. The room explodes in shock. RJ. Wait, what? Rich. Dad, have you lost your mind? Eric defends his decision and calls out Rich. Eric stands tall, unwavering. Eric. RJ has shown respect, loyalty, humility, and vision. He looks straight at Rich. Eric. Qualities you seem to have forgotten. Rich's face twists, hurt, anger, humiliation all mixing. Carter makes it clear. Eric's changes are legally binding. Carter steps forward, papers in hand. Carter. I've reviewed everything. All documents filed are valid and binding. Rich spins toward him. Rich. Carter. Don't do this. Carter. I'm doing my job. Eric's changes stand. Rich's last hope collapses. Cliffhanger. Rich loses it. Rich explodes. Rich. You're destroying this company. You're destroying our family. You're punishing me for caring about you. Eric steps toward him, inches from his face. Eric. I'm saving this company. From you. The room falls silent. Rich's chest heaves. Everyone watches in stunned silence. Finally, Rich whispers. Rich. If this is how it's going to be, then you leave me no choice. Eric narrows his eyes. Eric. What does that mean? Rich swallows. Rich. It means you're not the only one who can play hardball. He turns and storms out. Everyone is left frozen as the camera holds on Eric, who suddenly looks more shaken than he wants anyone to see. Brooke. Ridge, you haven't stopped pacing since sunrise. Ridge. Because my own father blindsided me, Logan. Walked into the showroom and announced he was reclaiming the CEO seat like he owns the place. Brooke. He does own the place. Ridge shoots her a sharp look. Ridge. He's not well. Every doctor says he needs rest, supervision, anything except running $1 billion empire. Brooke. I know you're scared for him. But retaliation? Another power play? Ridge. Don't let this turn into a war. Ridge. It already is a war. And today? Today I take back what he stole from me. Brooke's eyes widen. Brooke. What are you planning? Ridge. A board meeting. A real one. Not Dad shouting in a hallway. And when the votes are counted, I'll be CEO again. Brooke shakes her head, deeply uneasy. Eric is at his drafting table, reworking an older sketch with newfound energy. Donna hovers, concerned but trying to stay supportive. Eric. Look at these lines. Look. My hands are steady, my mind is sharp. Rich thinks I'm dying, Donna, but I've never felt more alive. Donna. Honey, you are recovering from a serious medical condition. Eric. And I am recovering. That's the point. All they see is weakness. They want me to sit in a chair and wait for the end. He slams the pencil down. Eric. But I'm not done. And I'll be damned if Rich decides when I step aside. Donna touches his arm gently. Donna. Just promise me you won't push too hard today. Eric. Today? Today I show them who runs Forrester Creations. Eric stands, straightening his jacket with pride. Katie and Carter walk briskly, both tense. Katie. Are the board members already here? Carter. Most of them. Rich called the meeting with urgency. Katie. And Eric? Does he know? Carter. I have no idea. But this feels wrong. Katie. Ridge is scared. And when Ridge is scared, he swings too hard. Carter. Let's just hope today doesn't blow the family apart. They exchange a knowing, worried look. RJ and Luna are organizing samples, though both are clearly distracted. RJ. Dad is determined. Too determined. Luna. I get wanting to protect your family, but attacking your grandfather? This feels dangerous. RJ. Everything feels dangerous lately. RJ runs his hands through his hair, stressed. RJ. If this blows up, I don't know if the family comes back from it. Luna takes his hand. Luna. Then we stand by both of them. We don't pick sides. Not today. RJ exhales, grateful. A long polished table dominates the room. Elegantly dressed board members whisper among themselves. Ridge stands at the head of the table, rigid, authoritative. Brooke sits beside him, anxious but trying to stay poised. Steffi, Thomas, Carter, Katie, and several legacy Forrester advisors fill the room. The atmosphere is electric. The double doors slam open. Eric enters. Strong. Upright. Commanding. Donna at his side. The whispers explode. Rich. Frozen. Dad. Eric. Calling a board meeting without informing the founder. Interesting choice, Rich. Rich. I didn't think you were well enough to attend. Eric. Well, I'm here. And I believe I still hold a vote. Rich's jaw tightens. Rich. Dad, this isn't personal. Eric. Oh, it's absolutely personal. Eric moves to a seat at the table, directly across from Rich. The tension is a knife. Everyone is seated except Rich, who remains standing. Rich. As acting CEO, I've made this meeting to ensure the stability of Forrester Creations. Recent events have shown the need for clear leadership. Eric chuckles. Low, dangerous. Eric. Stability? You threw your father out of his own company and expect stability? Steffi. Granddad, Dad's trying to protect you. Eric. From what? My own talent? My own ambition? I am not ready to retire. Brooke flinches. Rich. Dad, please sit back and listen. Eric. No. I speak. The room falls silent. Eric. When I built Forrester Creations, all I had was a vision and a sketchbook. This company grew from my hands, my designs, my instincts. Then you tried to make yourself king before I even handed you the crown. Rich moves around the table slowly, trying to stay calm. Rich, this isn't about power. It's about your health. You weren't supposed to be working. You weren't supposed to be stressed. Eric, stop treating me like a sick child. Donna tries to soothe him with a touch, but Eric's fire is unstoppable. Eric, I am not fragile. I am not dying. I am Eric Forrester, and today, I reclaim the title I never relinquished. Eric leans forward. Eric, CEO of Forrester Creations. Gasps ring across the room. Int. Boardroom, the vote. Rich steps to the front. Rich, we need a vote. For the future of this company, and for Dad's well-being. Eric rises immediately. Eric, let the board hear both sides. Then let them choose. Rich, fine. He turns to the room. Rich, if you believe in protecting this company's future, if you believe that stability matters more than nostalgia, if you believe that Eric deserves rest, care, and peace, then vote for me. Brooke watches him, conflicted. Eric steps forward, commanding the room. Eric, if you believe in legacy, if you believe that age does not define ability, if you believe that heart and vision still matter, then vote for me. Eric sits. A long, terrible silence settles. Carter. We will now cast votes. One by one, each board member begins placing ballots into the small wooden box. Steffi votes last. RJ watches from the doorway with Luna. Donna squeezes Eric's arm. Brooke whispers something Rich tries not to hear. Finally. Carter. Votes are in. Everyone holds their breath. Carter. The new CEO of Forrester Creations. With a majority vote. Brooke closes her eyes. Rich stares forward. Eric sits rigid, proud. Carter. Is Eric Forrester. The room explodes in emotion. Rich closes his eyes, crushed. Eric smiles, triumphant, relieved, deeply emotional. Donna begins to tear up. Eric. Thank you. All of you. He stands. Eric. Today, Forrester Creations returns to its roots. Rich rises abruptly. Rich. No. This isn't over. Eric narrows his eyes. Eric. What did you say? Rich. You heard me. Rich steps forward until he's face to face with his father. Rich. If the board wants a war, then I'll give them one. A stunned hush freezes the room.